of this speech, it's important to understand that this speech is supposed to engage the audience with an idea that may be controversial, followed by Q&A at the very end. So, with that said, in public speaking, we are often given the advice to just be confident, to just be bold, to just stand up and speak. But what is it? What is this courage? What does it mean to be bold? What does it mean to stand up and take charge, front? What does that really mean? There's a power that is available to all of us, a subtle power. The power is called vulnerability. And why? When you stand up in front of an audience to address them, for that moment in time, right here, for the next 7 to 9 minutes, the speaker is making themselves vulnerable to the opinions of an audience. The speaker is making themselves vulnerable to the opinions of their evaluator. They're making themselves vulnerable to harsh criticism. In our lives, if we wish to be the best speakers that we can possibly be, if we wish to live our lives in the truest manner possible, we need to become comfortable with being vulnerable, because vulnerability is another word for courage. I want you to think about people who are vulnerable for a living. Think about a soldier with bullets whizzing by. Pew, pew, pew! He's running into battle. Is he making himself vulnerable? Yes, he's making himself vulnerable to death. A fireman going into the house to save the baby is making himself vulnerable to death. And while we may not be suffering or facing bullets or fire, we are facing our vulnerability, our egoic vulnerability. We are facing the possibility, the very real possibility that our ego, our self-image might be shattered. Every time we come up here, every time we hear the opinion of the evaluator, our self-image might be damaged. But unfortunately, the only way to go through life is to accept and embrace vulnerability. The book says, be nice. Choose nice topics. Make people happy. And in life, we often go through life being nice. Choosing nice topics. Making everybody around us think, oh, what a nice guy. Oh, what a nice girl. Such a nice person. Well, I have some bad news for you. If everybody in the world thinks that you are nice, if you choose plain vanilla topics and give out plain vanilla opinions, and the whole world thinks you're nice, you have a whole world of people who have a neutral opinion about you. Nobody loves you. Everybody tolerates you. Everybody thinks that you're nice, but nobody will truly love you for who you are, because you've never expressed to the world who you truly are. If you are afraid to express your heart, to express your passion, to express your innermost ideas, even if they're controversial, the world will never love you for who you are. The world will tolerate you because you're the nice guy, but the world will never love you for what's truly important for you, what's truly passionate for you. You can't live this way. You cannot live this way. Think about McDonald's. McDonald's, to make a large corporation, had to lower the quality of the food, had to standardize everything. A hamburger down the street tastes the same as a hamburger in China, but what is the quality of that food versus the finest French restaurant in Paris with a master chef who is taking all this care to make the food exquisite? Would you rather be McDonald's with 2 billion people served because, it's all right? Would you rather be French food? Oh, God, this is so good. My whole body feels great just thinking about it. Who would you rather be? Do you want to be plain vanilla ice cream? Or do you want to be double chocolate fudge with sprinkles on top? And the choice is yours. The choice is yours. When you make the decision, to live honestly, to allow yourself to be vulnerable, allow yourself to be hurt. Put yourself in situations where you might be judged harshly, where people might criticize you for what you believe, as long as you are speaking from your truth. You are living your truth. You're living your passion. You are living an honest life. We can't be Mr. Nice Guy or Mr. Nice Girl anymore. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. Trying to be nice to everybody is a low-status behavior. Think about this. A king walks into the room. Who does the king defer to? Who does the king change his behavior for? No one. The king walks into the room, he defers to no one. Queen walks in, she defers to no one. But all the people, the sycophants in the room, will change their behavior to be, oh, hi, Mr. King, oh, hi, Mrs. Queen. They have to change their behavior to suit the wishes of the people that are in charge. So when you're changing your behavior, you're changing your words, and you're changing how you express yourself, you are deferring to other people. What does that say to the world? Are you the king, the queen, or are you the pauper, changing his behavior like a chameleon, trying to make everybody happy? And here's the sad truth. It doesn't work. You cannot make the entire world happy. It is impossible. There's always going to be someone out there that disagrees with you. No matter how hard you try to play it nice, haters are going to hate. There's always going to be someone there who disagrees with you. Always someone out there who's not going to like you for whatever reason. So you can play it safe all the way to the grave. You can die safely. Or you can live an honest, courageous, no fear type of life. What do you want for yourself? How do you want to live your life? Do you want to come up here and be true and powerful? Or do you want to die nicely? So my challenge to all of you is to think about all those feelings, passions, and emotions that you've been holding back. And I want you to, maybe not all at once, but I want you to open your heart and let the true you come out. Come up here and give speeches about whatever you want. Anything. As long as it's family safe, right? Anything. Anything at all. Even if you think it's the dumbest subject in the world. If it's your passion, be true about your passion. The opinions of others, who cares? Your opinion about yourself at the end of the day is all that matters, because when you die, the only opinion you're going to have is your own. Now I'd like to open it up for questions from the hostile audience.
How do you suggest that we be vulnerable outside of speaking?
Safety is a lie. Again, all of us are going to die. There's nothing that we can ensure that we'll have tomorrow, or the day after, or the day after that. Any day, we could die. So stop living as if you're going to live forever. You are not. Take it one day at a time and tell yourself, hey, this might be my last day on earth. Do I want to be real? Do I want to tell people what I really feel? And even if it hurts, even if it scares the heck out of you, vulnerability is scary. Vulnerability is terrifying. Because for so many years, we've held the truth inside. And it takes courage. And it's not going to happen all at once. But you have to start with the day-to-day. If someone pisses you off, you know what? You pissed me off. Tell them the truth. It's better that a person walk away from you knowing the truth than to believe a falsehood of the nice guy or girl. I have time for one more question. I just saw the red card. Yes.
How do you explain to a kid not to be nice, but to be himself?
You explain to the child that your honesty is the highest truth. If somebody makes you feel something that you don't like, if somebody does something that you don't like, you need to express it to that person. Now, there are nice ways to be honest, but you also have to be direct. And if that person chooses not to like you, if that person chooses to call you a nerd or whatever, because of your true feelings, hey, you know what? That person did you a favor, because that's not the kind of person you want to be friends with anyways. You want all your friends to love you for who you are. Accept no substitutes. Unfortunately, I have no more time for questions, but thanks to all of you for being a wonderful audience.